Hey everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to my Rant 2.0 video series. So today's rant video is going to be about my look back on my past rant videos. This is going to focus on my animation rant series and my all grown up rant. And I would talk about like how I felt about each rant video and about how it eventually led to me doing the Rant 2.0 series that I'm currently doing now. So again, this is an unusual type of rant video because this is just me kind of looking back on the rant videos I did in the past and how I felt about them and how I wish I could improve on some of them and how it led to me doing the Rant 2.0 video series. So I'll be providing links on the video, so if you want to check out these old animation rant videos, please feel free to you can check them out if you want to. I'm not proud of any of them, but if you want to check out what these animation rant videos are like, you could go ahead and check out what these videos are like. But let's get into what I thought about these old animation rant videos that I did in the past. I'm gonna admit that I was not very impressed with them. I will admit I wasn't really fond of these older animation rant videos I made in the past because one of the reasons I didn't care for these old animation rant videos was not only because the sound was terrible, because this was all before I had the web camera with me like I'm using now, but one of the reasons I didn't like my older animation rant videos was because of the tone I set for myself on these videos. It made these the way that I was talking about how animation should be for everybody and it shouldn't be for kids, and how I was complaining about how everybody thinks that animation is just for kids and how that downplays the storytelling that animation goes through. Like, it made it sound like that I was bashing people for thinking that animation is just for kids, and I didn't think that was fair at all. Like, everybody has different opinions about certain topics, and I shouldn't be bashing people for thinking differently from me. So if everybody else think that animation is just for kids, then I shouldn't have to bash that person's opinion for it. That's their opinion, and I should respect that. And the way these videos made it sound like I was bashing that person's opinions, and that didn't sound right. I didn't like how I seem to be yelling a lot in these videos. Now that I think about it, why would I be yelling in a rant video if I disagree with something? Just talk about it. And this is what I think rant videos should really be about. It should be about discussion about the things that you don't like and, how you want to improve on it. So that leads to why I like my all grown up rant video a lot. Even though the sound is terrible there, again, this was before I had the web camera that I'm currently using now. What I liked about the all grown up rant was that I was able to view the show from both sides. Even though I said this is a rant video, this was a rant video. I made sure I said, hey, I thought the show was pretty decent. And I honestly think the show was pretty decent. I didn't think it was too bad, but I didn't think it was as good as the original Rugrats. But I made sure I stated that, the show is pretty decent, but there were some flaws in it. And I wanted to talk about those flaws and see how the show should improve. And that's what I liked about the All Grown Up Rant video was that, as much as I said, the show's decent for what it was, the flaws about the show was that it was too much like As Told by Ginger. It could have been a little more creative. And that was my that was the rant video I did, and I kind of ranted about how it wasn't as creative as the original Rugrats, but at the same time I thought that was a pretty decent show to watch. So it didn't feel like I was being one-sided when I did the all grown up rant. So I actually liked that rant video, even though again, the sound quality was pretty terrible, but it got my thoughts out about both sides of the spectrum. Both sides about how people felt about All Grown Up as a series. Some people liked it, some people hated it, and I wanted to view it from both sides of the series. Now, the problem I have in my animation rant videos is that it felt like I was just viewing from one side of the spectrum. I wasn't looking at the side where people think animation's just for kids. There's a reason for that, but I was just looking at it from my standpoint where I think animation's for everybody, and it sounded like I think that anybody who think that animations for kids are morons, but that's not what I really meant. That's the way those videos made me sound. It sounded like that's what I was saying, but no. I don't think anybody who think that animation is just for kids are morons or anything like that. I would never think that. I think everybody has their own opinions, and, I should respect that. And that's what I didn't like about those animation rant videos. It made it sound like I think that people who think that animation is just for kids are morons, but no, that's not the case at all, and I didn't think it was fair when the way I made it sound. I also... One of the things I didn't like about the old animation rant videos I did was that I didn't do a lot of research on the shows I was talking about. Now, I did mention in the Hey Arnold example that there was an episode called Mug, when Arnold gets mugged. And I like the fact that I gave like some kind of example about that. But the other shows like Rock is My Life, I just said, oh, this show has sexual humor, that's why it got canceled and blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. But, I didn't point out is a specific episode that had the sexual humor in it, and I wish I did. Like, if I have done that video again, I would have mentioned like Leapfrogs was the most controversial episode, and that caused a lot of controversy with the show regarding the type of humor it had. But yeah, I should have provided more examples for the shows I was talking about. I should have done more research for these shows, and I didn't like the fact I didn't do a lot of research with the shows that I was giving examples to. That's why when I do those movie reviews, I try to make sure I do a lot of research about the shows that I'm watching, so that way it doesn't come off that, I've just watched the show from the first basis, and I don't know a thing about the history of the show, where it came from. So, that was my biggest issue with that animated rant videos, was that it came off sounding like I sounded like I was too snobby about it, and I think that, my opinion, it made it sound like that my opinion about animation is for everybody is the only opinion, and that's not true. Again, for the people who think animation is for kids, that's fine. That's your opinion, and I respect that. And I think that's what that video should have sound like. It just didn't sound fair when I made it sound like that. Animation should be for everybody, and anybody who thinks otherwise, don't know what they're talking about, but that's not true. And then the other thing was that I didn't do a lot of research on the shows I was talking about, so, that was something I didn't like about those other videos. I think a different topic I would have liked to, discuss about these videos, like, if I wanted to do a rant about animation and about the mentality about animations for kids, I should have been like, well, this should be a rant video on, how the mentality that animation for kids can, downplay a lot of the storytelling that it could, that the animation industry could have. Like, if a lot of people think that animation is just for kids, it could limit the storytelling that the, animation industry could tell with these stories. Not that I'm saying that all kids shows are not deep in storytelling. A lot of them, I've seen a couple that are pretty good with storytelling, even if it's not like something big or anything, something that's not geared towards adults or anything like that. That's the type of rant video I should have made, and I didn't want to make a rant video about, oh, well, animation, anybody think animation is just for kids, or, dumb or whatever. But, that, again, that's not my opinion. That's not what I really think at all. I think, anybody who thinks animation is just for kids, that's fine. I got nothing against that. I mean, yeah, I personally think animation is for everybody, but again, that's my opinion, and I respect other people's opinions. If they think differently, that's fine. And that's how I should have been like in that video. I should have been like, it should just be one way or the other. It could be both ways. There could be a reason why a lot of people think animation is for kids, and maybe I didn't get a chance to look into that like I wanted to. So, this video is just me looking back at all the older rant videos I made, and aside from the sound being pretty terrible, it made me think, this is why I made the Rant 2.0 videos. It was to help me have a more broader viewpoint on what everybody else think, while when I rant about a certain topic or something like that, I should discuss about it and then talk about what they could improve in that show, in that movie, or whatever. Just talk about the good points and the bad points. Look at it from both sides, not just one side. A rant video don't have to be one-sided. It could be from both sides, and it's just basically you just talking about what you didn't like about the show and the movie and what you think they could have improved on. Rather than just bashing that movie altogether without giving it like a concrete reason about why that topic you talk about should be bashed about, or why it should be negatively talked about. Give a really solid evidence about why this topic has to be why you think this topic is bad, and how do you think it should be improved upon. And that's what I'm going to start doing my rant videos from now on. Look at it from both sides instead of being one-sided. Look for the good and the bad, and that's your rant video. Just look at it from both sides instead of just being one-sided. Well, that's my video. I hope you enjoyed this video, this unusual rant video. And if you want to check out these videos, there's the links to it in the video below if you want to check out these older videos and see how I changed back then, how I was back then to how I am now, and I have a web camera, so now I can sound better now than I did before. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you later.